Okay. So yesterday at practice, no Brock Purdy practiced yesterday, and apparently unofficially went 2 for 9, and he threw a pick 6. So I want to get to two things here. Our main man, Larry Krueger,
I heard him,
comes in here periodically, and this is not about Larry Krueger. This is about how Larry Krueger is going to get us into the conversation. Eye test versus stats. A lot of people were like, boy, Purdy didn't look good. According to Larry Krueger, the 49ers quarterbacks who had the best numbers today, this was yesterday, were Brandon Allen and Sam Darnold. But the numbers don't tell the story. Purdy took multiple shots on go routes, while the other three quarterbacks threw a lot more passes underneath. You can have your camp stats. I'll trust my eyes over stats every day of the week. What kind of my answer is, what does Kyle Shanahan think of how Purdy practiced yesterday?
That's the $1 million question. And maybe he doesn't even care, Steiny, at this juncture because it's early. So I know social media is taking off, and now we're getting Matt Steinmetz at practice was 12 of 24 for 100. What if we did that for batting practice or Curry shooting 100 3-pointers? I don't know what to do with that, but Larry did say to Willard and Dibbs, Steiny, for him, it wasn't about it was like the health aspect component of it. You know, he held up throwing the ball, and he mentioned there was some zip and velocity. So if that's what Larry's looking for, Larry got it. But like Shasky was like, this or that, the pass, one of the passes might have been erratic. I don't know. Everybody has a different agenda. But there are some quarterbacks, Jimmy Garoppolo, one of them, they're not practice players. They're not Picasso in practice. They're like, when the game is ready and it's live bullets, I'm ready. So I don't know what to make of this new era we're in, like a baseball hat, Steiny, where now we're getting numbers from practice. I'll ask you, what do you want to hear more of this? Such and such quarterback was 12 of 15?
I'm more interested in when we, and I'll include myself in there because I think we all do it, when do you employ the eye test to back up your opinion, and when do you employ statistics to back up your opinion? For example, and let's just throw some guys out.
Gotcha.
Klay Thompson. All right, Klay Thompson, if you look at his numbers this past year compared with the previous season where he played 32 games, they were very similar. And in fact, he ticked upward this past year.
Yeah.
Shooting the ball.
Gotcha. Made the most threes.
He didn't have a great year. I don't think Klay Thompson had a great year. I just don't. And you could say, well, Steiny shot the same from 3. That's right. But he was more inconsistent this year. It was more feast or famine, I felt. I felt like his defense slipped a trickle or two from the previous season. So when I look at Klay Thompson, people can say Steiny had the best 2 shooting months of his entire career on whatever it was, January, February. And Steiny, look at the numbers. The numbers are the same from previous seasons. Or from his, I should make this clear. Look at the numbers. They're pretty much the same from his previous season, which is down from a pre-injury, but nevertheless.
All right.
People could say, Steiny, the numbers say he had just as good a year, if not better. Okay. I can't argue with the numbers.
Okay.
So I got to use my eyes. And to me, I don't think Klay Thompson had the greatest of years last year. That's fine. That's just a guy I threw out there.
Nobody will fight you on that.
Yes, they will. I think people would fight me on that.
Because of the bottom line,
they'll just say
numbers look like what they did at the end of the day. All
right. And my feeling is, and I've said this before, my feeling is this. If Klay Thompson, let's say he shoots 40% from 3-point range over a 3-game stretch. Ideally, he'd go 4 for 10, 4 for 10, 4 for 10 from beyond the arc.
Yeah.
But that wasn't his MO in the past season. It was 2 for 10, 2 for 10, 8 for 10. I'd rather have the 4 for 10, 4 for 10, 4 for 10. That's Klay Thompson. We can keep talking about him. Here's the other one. And this one I want somebody to explain to me at 888-957-9570, or at least tell me the most you'll ever spend for a concert ticket. Jimmy Garoppolo last year as a starter for the San Francisco 49ers. He went 7-3. He 67% completion rate, 16 touchdowns, 4 interceptions,
Jimmy,
approximately 220 yards a game. Brock Purdy went 5-0, 67%, same as Garoppolo. 13 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, a tick down in terms of the touchdown-interception ratio, and essentially 220 yards per game. You can make a case Garoppolo's statistics and Purdy's statistics were virtually identical last year, but is there anybody out there that's going to say nothing changed when they changed quarterbacks? Nothing. I mean, the stats stayed the same.
No.
And in fact, is there anybody out there that thinks they can make an argument that Garoppolo was better than Purdy?
No.
Well, then why would you make an argument Purdy was better than Garoppolo?
Because there's 2 stats you didn't bring up, points per game and yards per completion. And that, my friend, I don't even know them, but I know they were greater under Brock Purdy, and that's why points per game went up. They were damn near average. Remember the Niners under Garoppolo, and I'm not saying this is fault, Steiny, they were settling for field goals in the red zone. You know, they would get in. Don't get me wrong, but more often than not, it's like, damn, they came away with 3. Brock Purdy, I mean, man, the kicker was almost null and void. So right then and there, I would say I can't argue with what you just said, but I know the eye test is they were getting 7s and they were scoring 30 like it was nobody's business.
888-957-9570. When do you apply the eye test? When do you go to stats?
Damn, that Klay Thompson, you got me.
I got the whole Bay Area on that one.
You think we'll get calls saying, because when it's all said and done, when the plane landed, Klay might be like, damn, Steiny, you being a little hard on me. I know it was up and down, but when it's all said and done, because it all mattered, I parked that plane right damn near my career mark for the three-point line.
Playoffs.
Well, Clay, no doubt.
Clay, I did you a monster solid.
Yeah. Clay, I love you.
By not talking about the playoffs.
I'm going to go here for Clay.
Because if you want me to talk about the playoffs, then it's a fait accompli.
What do you give me for this? Clay, I love you. Clank Thompson in the playoffs.
Terrible. See,
that might be an occasional 5.
No, see,
Clank?
I don't like, you know what? I don't like saying that for a guy like Klay Thompson. He's too,
well, you just said in the playoffs.
He's too good.
But you just took something from him, said he wasn't good in the playoffs. So I said Clank.
That's a big difference. That's like me saying, it's Clay's taking a little step back over the last 2 years, and you go, yeah, he's a scrub. No, he's not.
Oh, he ain't no scrub.
You cannot call Klay Thompson Clank. You cannot call
in
a Hall of Fame. No,
playoffs.
you can't say that about a Hall of Famer.
Then you can't say he wasn't good in the playoffs then.
He shot 37%.
But I'm a man, and I'm saying what you're saying. So when what you said is Clank, I just forget.
No, that's
you
too
said
harsh.
He wasn't good in the playoffs.
See, I don't know that I've ever denigrated a Hall of Famer.
That's not denigrating.
Yes, Clank Thompson is not denigrating.
That's a description of the performance from deep in the offs.
9570.
People giving me 4s.
Brick.
Not really, but
Brick Johnson.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's a compliment. Hey, what's up, Brick?
No,
what's up? Brick.
If I was
my man, Brick.
Not like,
yeah.
That's not his name now. That's a description of how he was in the series or the playoffs.
You're my man, Fireplace. My man, Fireplace. Daryl the Guru Fireplace. Yeah. You like that?
Well, you put wood in the fireplace.
Yeah, but they're built out of bricks.
Oh, my God. Jiminy, Steiny.
Yeah.